kind of embracing a number one role? Is that an accurate kind of assessment of where he's at right now for you guys?
Yes. I'll say yes on that. We've been challenging him, to step up into that role. He's embraced it. He's done a good job. He hadn't always been consistent, doing that. But the past few days, man, I've really been pleased about his effort and the things that he's been doing. Taking the coaching and the teaching, and now you see the application when we come out here and we practice.
Does it feel like there's somebody kind of directly behind him, or does it seem to be like a wide cast of characters kind of battling for?
No, it's not. You got some guys behind him. You got some guys that's pushing. Some other guys that's been doing a good job. Jalen Brown's one of them. That's done a good job for us. He's been stepping up, and not just catching the football. He's shown some physicality. And some of the things that we've been wanting to see out of him, and he's shown that he doesn't mind blocking on the perimeter as well. So I'm pleased where Jalen is right now.
When you combine his speed with the physicality you've seen with Jalen, like what kind of upside does he have?
Well, I mean, as far as his upside, for one, obviously he can run. He's not the most physical, but he's shown that he's willing on the perimeter when it comes to the run game. And these guys know that. What am I doing when I don't have the ball in my hand? So he's shown some speed and some physicality as far as run blocking. Now he's got to bring that to releases. Getting off press and stuff like that. So I've really been pleased with what I've been seeing out of him.
What's about the senior freshmen, especially Elijah and Wayne, getting that trying to find a way in that rotation?
Right. Well, Elijah and Wayne, they've been pushing each other. And they've been taking the coaching, and it's really been good to see those guys, quizzing each other, trying to push each other, to get better. And Wayne has done a really good job because obviously he's been here a little longer than Elijah. But Elijah, he's embraced where he is right now, and he's building off of that, really raw. But I've been pleased with seeing what he's done the past few days, catching the football and having the opportunity to get open. But we just have to continue with the details with it.
Do those young receivers have to know everything to get on the field, or is there a way to get them on with maybe not knowing everything?
Well, a lot of times we teach conceptually, so where am I within the concept, and not just what I have. So I've got to know the concepts and not just that one position. It helps the guys. Now they know if I'm the single to the boundary, or if I'm within the concept of multi-receivers to the field or to the boundary. Am I number 1, 2, or 3? So and they've done a good job of it. They do a lot of quizzing each other, getting on the board. I get them on the board. But those young guys, they got to know the concepts.
Since the scrimmage, Coach Norvell has talked about guys needing to finish plays well. How has the group improved in that regard over the last week, and what order does that encompass?
It's been up and down. It's collectively as a group. Like you'll see some guys making plays, catching a lot of balls, but then that one deep ball, that contested catch that it maybe tipped his hand or hit his hand, that we got to come down with. That DJ's made a great throw. We got to come down with those. Also, as well as on the perimeter, like running backs today did a good job of, running with the ball. O-line did a good job up front blocking. Now it's getting to that second and third level. We're on guys, but now we just got to finish them. And that's what coach is talking about as far as finishing plays. When my number's called, all right, I got to make a great catch. I got to come down with it. Or the ball's being run to my side or away, I got to go get that touchdown block. So that's what we mean by just finishing plays. We always want to finish with the ball in our hands. So we just gotta be consistent in doing that because we've made some really good plays, but we left some out there also.
Is that kind of the biggest area of concern right now, or biggest point of emphasis, I should say?
I say a point of emphasis.
Yeah.
I wouldn't call it a concern, because the guys, they've shown that they can do it, but now we just got to be consistent, like just stacking them back to back, from period to period, and from drill to drill, that we can be consistent, as an overall group, because some guys have done it, but now the entire group needs to do it, consistent.
How good is the competition with the secondary?
With the set again?
The secondary, how good is
the secondary?
Receivers and secondary.
The receivers and secondary? Oh man, all right. I mean, you're getting some dog fights. I mean, yesterday, boy, the DBs got us the way to the white flag, But and we've had some days where we've gotten after them, But it's the thing that we do is, we communicate with each other. Hey, why didn't this work? Hey, coach him up and tell him what he could have done better. The same thing with myself and Coach Sertan. We talk to each other's guys about, hey, maybe if you tried this, this is what hurts us. playing fast and not making a lot of moves. Or talking to some of the DBs about some of the technique or some of their tendencies about where they can improve on. So we complement each other. I really like that Coach Novell. He had us kind of do that with each other. Man, that's been really good for us. To help each other out. But the competition, man, these guys been battling.
When you were playing goal line drills, board drills, that kind of stuff every day.
Oh yeah.
How much do you enjoy it when you guys do some of that?
Oh, I love it here, man. I mean, the first thing you think about when you talk about goal line is Mickey Andrews. And he's always saying, Mark, run the ball, don't throw the ball. Because Coach Rick, I mean, he's gonna throw a couple of fades in there, nakeds, but no, we want to pound the rock, all right? And I want to see how physical my guys can be on the perimeter. So when you see that goal line, you got goal line scrimmage towards the end or practice, it should be I can't say bloodbath, I won't call it bloodbath, but we want to see guys getting after each other, finishing and blocking through that quarter whistle.
Are you seeing some of that for your guys?
Today I did. Yep, today I did. And they've done it throughout the spring. Now it's when I watch this film, are we finishing? Are we blocking through that quarter whistle?
Let's go 2 more.
What's something that you want to see with your receivers going into their second scrimmage?
Just improvement from the last scrimmage. And that's finishing plays. Run game, pass game. Getting the line. Having the tempo, sense of urgency. Getting lined up. But that's we got room for improvement, and that's what'll happen this next spring. This next scrimmage.
Is Elijah, his maturity, is that pretty impressive? It seems like he's a bright kid, mature kid.
I love Elijah, man. Sometimes he'll get down on himself, and I tell him, like, look, you just got here, so it's not going to come overnight, but the guy, man, he's been taking the coaching. We've been on him too, man. We've been on him hard, but he's been responding. And that's what we like about him. He just comes in and takes the coaching, and he's not the guy that's going, man, y'all are always on me. He knows why we're on him, because he's got an opportunity. He's a really good talent and got an opportunity to help us this year.
Awesome. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.